So you murdered 3 of his 5 kids, Zor. Isn't that enough? First, why you gotta remind me? Why you gotta shove it down my throat? First Melisandre, then Bricon, now Rex. But they're the ones who went. They know they're gonna die. What am I supposed to do? Good to see you, Zordia. I'm pleased to report that Master Garland and the others uncovered a fair bit of useful information at the Imperial facility in Turncliffe. In fact, he'd like you to rendezvous with Gaius in the town square, where he'll reveal what they found. Once you're ready to depart, your escort will lead the way. Now that you're here, perhaps Sid will finally deign to dispense his findings. Severa, inform him of Zordia's arrival. Thanks for coming. So, what have you discovered? To tell the truth, we were lucky to obtain any information at all, considering the lengths to which the Imperials went in covering their tracks. You see, the hangar below was not just used to store the weapons, but played a critical role in their creation. We now know the code names given to 3 of the weapons, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Obviously, we are all familiar with the first 2, but the third is something of an unknown quantity. At the very least, this confirms the existence of another of those abominations. At the very least, there's probably more. The problem lies in ascertaining its whereabouts. None of the locals have seen anything resembling a weapon being transported either by land or air. Which of course leaves only one option, the sea. According to what fragmented data we were able to recover, the Emerald weapon is equipped with aquatic capabilities, much like the Sapphire. Meaning that its escape from Turncliffe would have gone undetected, and could potentially be anywhere by now. But if Alphonse plans to have it absorb more primals, the logical choice would be Eorzea. And traveling by sea would allow him to circumvent the front line at Gimlight entirely. The lines must be alerted at once. Hold your chocobos, Severa. It seems that the Emerald weapon was still incomplete when the 7th Legion withdrew from Turncliffe. It's far more likely it was transported to another facility in order to add the finishing touches. If your supposition is correct, that would narrow our search to but 2 possible locations. Castrum Marinum in the Rotano Sea and Castrum Occidens in eastern Lenosia, both of which are known to harbor remnants of the 14th Legion, your former subordinates, Gaius. Be that as it may, our objective is unchanged. Valdolin, you and Severa will make your way to Castrum Occidens, while Zordia and I will head for Castrum Marinum. Should we locate the Emerald weapon, we will give the signal to dispatch the G-Warrior and eliminate it before it can be activated. Sorry to disappoint you, but we're still repairing the damage it sustained during the encounter with the Sapphire weapon. While Allegan machinery has its uses, it's a bugger to find replacement parts in the pinch. We've actually been working to expand its already impressive arsenal, but the G-Warrior itself is in no fit state for combat. While I'm aware this is a far from adequate replacement, I can provide an Ironworks submersible to help Zordia and Gaius reach Castrum Marinum. I'll have one sent ahead to Vesper Bay. A submersible, eh? I don't much like the sound of that. Perhaps Severa and I should count ourselves fortunate that our destination can be approached by land. I pray you have a safe journey. Watch yourself out there, Zordia. It is time we depart. Let us make our way to Vesper Bay. Oh, yo! I haven't been here in a minute. Pray return to the waking sands. Bruh. As per Master Garland's instructions, the submersible is ready when you are. But before you depart, I've received some scraps of intelligence regarding your opponent from my colleagues in Turncliffe. Apparently it uses some sort of levitating, hand-like appendages, 6 of them in fact. Though we're not quite sure what purpose they serve, it sounds like having eyes in the back of your head might come in handy. But that's all we know, I'm afraid. You have our thanks. After all, forewarned is forearmed. If the Emerald weapon has indeed been transported to this castrum, it would need to enter via the dry dock. We shall do likewise. As one might expect, there are measures in place to keep out intruders, but the security systems can be tricked into recognizing us as an Imperial vessel. That said, infiltrating the facility is merely the first step. Should the Emerald weapon be activated, it is only a matter of time before the pilot uses Oversoul. We must silence the war machina before this happens, and failing that, grant the poor soul at its helm the mercy of a swift death. Had these wounds healed more quickly, I could have gone with you, but I fear I would only slow you down. As such, I shall provide what support I can from afar. Whatever happens, the Emerald Weapon must be defeated at all costs. This is it, the Emerald Weapon. Oh no. I've been expecting you, hero of Eorzea. Oh no. Look, Father! This is the power that we command! This is not good. Rip Rex. Why did I do that? Oh, interesting. Oh boy. Nani! 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 What the heck is this? Jeez, I'm already forced. Why? What's wrong with me? How come I already have 4 involved? Why? Why? What did I do? I keep getting... I need to not get hit, man. I need to not get hit. Okay, I'm just gonna stick with everyone else. I'm gonna stick with everyone else. I'm gonna stick with everyone else. Why can't I can't multitask. I'm like, I can either run or attack. I can't run and attack at the same time. I'm so lame. Magitech magnetism. Oh, Lamau. I'm like, this is gonna do something. This is definitely gonna do something. What? 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 Nani? What? What, Nani? Dance, dance like it's the last nice night of your life. Okay, magnetism. I'm like, bruh. I was like, I'll figure it out. So it's come to this, but no matter what, I can't afford to lose. No, don't oversoul. Please don't oversoul. Please don't oversoul. He's gonna oversoul. He's gonna oversoul. Not even you can beat the Empire's finest. Activating oversoul. Belsar, combat data ready. Initiating organic core override. Ali Alphonse, this is goodbye. Damn it! Rex, what have you done? What's the meaning of this? Wait, that glow! This music, though. Bear witness to the glory of the Empire! Bro, that must be really cringe to watch. Yay for round 2. What the heck? This is Werlyt. At the time of the invasion, could this synthetic orosite be the cause? Yo, this music is reminding me of, whatchamacallit. It's reminding me of, not before Crisis. Is it before Crisis? No. The Zack one. What was Zack? Before Crisis, right? Final Fantasy VII Before Crisis. Oh, what? And that was ultra sad. What is this? What is this? Oh shoot, that's what that does. Okay. Sorry. Crisis Core, you're right. Not Before Crisis. Crisis Core. My bad. You're right. Thanks. I am somehow alive still. Making the most of tank privilege. I always make the most of tank privilege. This is that's why I only go into new dungeons as a tank. What's going on? A tank privilege is there. Might as well use it. I'm so sorry. What is this? Yo, this fight is cool. Also, this. Yeah, even the music is reminiscent of Crisis Core. Are there any of those apple? What were they called? They weren't called apples. Woo! Thank you. And so it ends. But why would Rex throw his life away? For this! You're right. If I am ever to learn the truth, I must concentrate on the task at hand. Of course, we do not need to wait for Sid's analysis to tell us whose combat data was used on this occasion. It galls me to think that my techniques and strategies could be so closely replicated. Nevertheless, the observation I made during the battle may yet prove useful. As a matter of fact, that was not the only information I was able to gather. This is so rude. I intercepted a signal that revealed the troops stationed here were permitted to withdraw, seemingly to return for assisting the 7th Legion. They must have known that the Alliance would follow the Emerald Weapon here sooner or later, and made good their escape, meaning the way is now clear for Sid to inspect the War Machina's remains. We got here as soon as we could. Not that we could have done anything to prevent this tragedy. From what we know, it seems that the Emerald Weapon was ilm for ilm, a great deal more powerful than the previous two. If this is allowed to continue, who knows what sort of monstrosity the 7th Legion will conceive next. Nevertheless, ZorDon has once again proven herself capable of overcoming the worst of the Empire has at its disposal. Yeah, this Emerald Weapon wasn't as bad as the first one. Ruby Weapon. You may be relieved to hear that Castrum Occidens was free of anything resembling a weapon. Fortunately, it was also devoid of any useful leads, and we came away empty-handed. In all honesty, part of me wishes we had never found their Emerald Weapon. Perhaps then Rex would not have been forced to make the ultimate sacrifice. I only hope that he is finally at peace. We will do what we can to spare others from sharing his fate. I and the Ironworks will search this place from top to bottom for clues as to the 7th Legion's plans. Before that, allow me to sweep the area for booby traps and the like. I would not put it past the Imperials to have left a few surprises for us. Agreed, I'll go with you. With that in mind, I'll begin my examination of the Emerald Weapon. Carefully, that is. More backstory. Am I gonna feel even worse now? I'm gonna feel even worse, aren't I?
Alphonse, you knew all this time, didn't you? Melisandre and Rickon too, everyone except me. And you, Rex?
Yes, that's what the synthetic aurosite system is. The fusion between pilot and core is the key to Oversoul. And unless we use it, we don't have a chance of beating Father's newfound friends. They stand between us and the primals, without which the weapons will never reach their full potential. We thought that if you knew the truth about Oversoul, you'd try to stop us. Obviously, you're dead.
Of course I would. But what I don't understand is why all of you are so willing to give your lives for the weapon project. What is it all for?
It all began the day Father left. Without his guidance, his protection, the Garleans lost any respect they once had for us. But their cruelty pales in comparison to Valen's. To him, conscripts like us are expendable commodities, an endless supply of test subjects for his twisted experiments. But no matter what they do to us, we will never lose hope. If it is the duty of the strong to lead the weak, we will become strong and protect those who cannot protect themselves.
But if you're dying in the process, then what's the point?
Bruh? The weapon project will give us the strength we need. We will create a world where people like us can live without fear of persecution.
What if you're dead?
We want you to see this new world for yourself, Ali. Even if we must give our lives to make it a reality.
They're doing it for her? But why me?
The years spent serving the Empire have changed us all. Except you, Ali. Even after everything you've seen, you're still the caring, innocent girl we grew up with. More than any of us. You deserve a chance at happiness. That's what we all agreed.
This is not going to... She's with Valens right now. I'm not... And then you mentioning the... I'm so scared.
Ali, listen to me. Right now the soldiers assigned to watch over us have been called away to the capital. Now is our chance to get you out of here.
Then why don't you come with me?
If Alphonse and I were to run away now, they'd only force others to take our place. We can't let that happen.
I didn't want pain. This is not Fieldsbringer. This is Painsbringer.
This is our way of upholding the ideals Father instilled in us. Our lives are a small price to pay for Werlyt's freedom.
No! How can you expect me to leave you behind? I won't do it!
Damn. We will forever be at your side, Ali. Rex, take her to the holding cells.
No, let me go!
So win or lose, the plan is to hand over the Castrum to Father, is that right? Yes, they'll take Ali into their custody before the Garleans return, while you will be free to pilot the emerald weapon without her interfering. We can't let her hinder the completion of the weapon project. Counting on you, Alphonse. Don't let our sacrifices be in vain. What is this? I hate this. Rex, have you forgotten what I told you? You mustn't use Oversoul. I can't lose you to... Pointless. He used it! We both know I can't win without it. Besides, we need the combat data of the emerald weapon fighting at its peak if we're to have any chance of protecting the synthetic Arasite system. You know I'm not the sort to do things by halves. Forgive me, Rex. Don't you worry about me. If this is where I meet my end, I'll do it with a smile on my face. The rest is up to you, Alphonse.
This is the girl you spoke of, yes? She was locked in a cell, but I saw no harm in letting her out. I can't say for certain, but it seems she's been through quite an ordeal.
Aww.
No. Why, Rex, why?
Gaius, once we've extracted the core, we'll take it back to Turncliffe for analysis. Perhaps she should come with us? There's no use in her staying here. Oh! I swear, if she dies... Severa is taking care of Ali, but it may be some time until her nerves have settled. If the vision you witnessed is indeed true, Alphonse and Rex locked her away for her own safety. When she is ready, I would know more of what her brother hopes to achieve, and why he must resort to such desperate measures.
Ali's condition has improved somewhat, but she remains in a state of shock. We must give her more time to recover. There was one other thing that I thought you should know. When we checked her for injuries, we saw that her back is covered in welts and bruises.
Who did this to her? I frickin' hate Valens. This Lord Valens needs to die now.
It seems she was subjected to beatings on a regular basis. Judging by the varied stages of bruising, I dare say this was the work of her Garlean masters.
You speak as though you've seen this before.
Seen? I've lived through it myself. I was born in Werlyt, 23 summers past. My mother was a local woman, but my father was a pure-blooded Garlean and a member of the occupying forces. Though I know very little about him, his rank afforded me imperial citizenship. His acknowledgement of our familial ties was the extent of the responsibility he took for bringing me into this world. Still, it is more than can be said for most of his ilk. My mother and I were shunned by the people of Werlyt, who treated us as badly as the Garleans did, if not worse. I thought that if I were to become an imperial soldier, my position might somehow deter those who would cast scorn on my mother, if only out of fear, and so I joined the army. The acceptance I earned was but temporary, however, and my superiors were quick to blame any perceived shortcomings on my savage lineage. Rather than waste time on official court-martials, they administered their own form of corporal punishment. I was eventually assigned to the 12th Legion and fought under Xenosier Galvus in Alamigo. In the chaos that followed our defeat, I seized the opportunity to flee to Werlyt. While it was never much of a home, it was all I had, but nothing could prepare me for what awaited. My mother had for many years suffered from poor health and relied on medicine to keep her alive. In my absence, the Garleans had denied her treatment, claiming that it would be wasted on savages. By the time I could return to her side, there was naught I could do. This is so sad. There was nothing left for me in Werlyt. I would be punished for desertion if the Imperials discovered the reason for my return, and I was never accepted by my so-called countrymen to begin with. I ran as far as my legs could carry me. It was then that I met Gaius.
So that is the truth of it. Though, other than a few scant details, I knew naught of your past. It sickens me to think that I once fought under the same banner as such vile creatures. I had always believed it to be the duty of the strong to lead the weak, yet there were those who become drunk on the power afforded by their station and prey on the ones they should protect. Like a canker, this corruption has spread to every part of the Empire.
Even those with Garlean blood, such as myself, are subjected to their cruelty. They hold particular contempt for the Aura, an easy target for abuse being so few in number. Perhaps, like me, Ali thought she would be spared such treatment once she joined the army. Alas, I only hope that with time Ali can put the past behind her and make a new life for herself. But for now all we can do is wait for her delirium to subside. It is Valdelin's turn to keep watch. Let us ask him if there has been any change. Why is this game so sad?
Suppose you're here to ask about Ali. Is she well enough to speak with us? As her condition has improved somewhat, I would say so, provided you do not cause her any undue stress. Wait here. Ali, I'm sorry what happened to Rex. It was my fault. Melisandre and Rickon too. They died because of me and my foolish ambitions.
Father, no.
This cannot go on. Please, Ali, you must tell me all you know.
Of course.
First, I need to know what became of you and your siblings after we were parted.
So much has happened, it seems like a lifetime ago. After your disappearance, we were all assigned to the newly reformed 7th Legion. At first, each legatus was quickly replaced by the next, until eventually a man named Valens van Varro was given command. He was sent from the capital, but before that, he was a specialist in experimental magitech weaponry. We later discovered that he was ordered by Emperor Varus to complete a project involving anti-primal war machina, the weapons. But after the Emperor's death, he was free to employ whatever methods he saw fit, and his greed for power only grew. Some even say he is planning to use the power of the weapons to lay claim to the throne. But I think there's another reason for his obsession with the weapon project. Not that he'd ever tell anyone, but he's always muttering to himself, and I've been able to put the pieces together. He's jealous of you, Father.
Valens van Varro. I must admit it was only recently that I heard that name.
Valens used his knowledge of magitech to devise various military strategies. He was given a position in the army and quickly rose through the ranks. It was until one man stood in his way. You, Father. He was one of the candidates to lead the new 14th Legion, but the role fell to you. After that, he was assigned to serve under a far more gifted engineer, Nero, who was in charge of restoring the Ultima weapon. Valens had resented you ever since, going so far as to oppose the ideals you upheld. When you treated those who served the Empire based on merit rather than on their race or origins, Valens is adamant that pure-blooded Garleans are superior to all others.
Cid's boyfriend, exactly.
It never ceases to amaze me how far some will go in the name of revenge. All that hatred festering away. Nothing good could ever come of it.
So the marks on your body are his handiwork?
Yes. To Valens and his men, we are no more than fodder for his experiments, playthings on which they can vent their frustrations. Every day is filled with nothing but pain.
If I had remained in Garlemald, you would never have been forced to endure this abuse.
It's not your fault, Father. We could have fled from Valens if we'd wanted to. After all, we are expendable and easily replaced. The truth is that's exactly why we couldn't run. In saving ourselves, we would be condemning others. But if we were to stay to see the weapons project to its completion, we would gain the power to defeat Valens, and then the Empire itself, freeing the world from its tyranny. Aww. That way we might start afresh and find a place we can call home, not just for us, but for anyone who wishes to live in peace.
You would give your lives for a future you may not live to see.
We took courage from your teachings, Father. The strong must lead the weak, and we would gain that strength by whatever means necessary. We'll fight for the sake of those who cannot. That we knew that you would never consent to our participation in the weapon project, which is why we couldn't turn to you for help. As the pilots, we're the only ones who are able to stop Valens. We know just how powerful the weapons are. He would use them to bring the world to its knees. And his masterpiece is the worst of them all. If only I could get my hands on it. Then I could save Alphonse and all of Werlyt. Father, I know you and Alphonse stand on opposing sides of this conflict, but there must be some way you can help him. He may have called you our enemy before, but he never meant it. He still loves you, Father. You are everything he aspires to be.
This is so sad. I failed him. Failed you all. But I refuse to abandon him to his fate. I'll free him from Valens, if it is the last thing I do.
Thank you. He needs you, now more than ever.
Listen, Allie, I once sought the strength to rebuild the world as I saw fit. The ultimate weapon was born not to create, but to destroy. Alphonse must not follow in my footsteps. I know all too well where they lead. Will do all I can to help your brother. Pray tell me where he is.
I'm sorry, I don't know where he could be.
In that case, I shall leave the Alliance dispatch scouts. Wherever he is, we will find him. As for you, Allie, you must stay here and rest. She's gonna leave. She's gonna flee.
Wait, you're the one who fought Rex, Rickon, and Melisandre, aren't you? We're the ones who threatened your homeland. You only did what you had to do. I have no right to ask this of you, but lend my father your strength. Save Alphonse.
Allie's gonna die, isn't she? She's gonna escape, and she's gonna sacrifice herself for her brother.
I know why they called you hero. Alphonse, I'll do what I must to free you, even if it means going against father's wishes. But I have a good feeling about this new friend.
I don't have a good feeling about this at all. Severa, I see that she has everything she needs. Our allies must be informed of these troubling events. May I ask you to relay this news to the troops in Garabania? Your loving father act may fool the others, Gaius, but not me. For every life you've saved, you've ended 1,000 more. Or is this your idea of redemption? Valdulin! Time and a place, man. Call it what you will. For all my transgressions, I believe I still have a part to play. Was I wrong to spare you that day? Or will you honor your word? It seems the time has come for the Black Wolf to show his true colors. I don't understand this character that much. Like, I understand him, but at the same time, I'm just like, what? We recently received word of your victory over the Emerald Weapon. I expect it was another fine display on your part. Not that any of us were there to see it. For that reason, we'd be grateful if you could give us a blow-by-blow account, if you wouldn't mind. Good grief, it sounds like you had an awful lot to contend with. Rather you than me. I shall add this to our ever-growing stack of reports, should anyone wish to review this information ahead of the next sortie. Now, if you may say so, it looks like your ordeals have taken their toll. We'll let you know if anything requires your attention. But until then, be sure to get some rest. Meanwhile, in the 7th Legion's correction chamber... No! 3 weapons, 3 pitiful displays of ineptitude. Frickin' hate this guy. To make matters worse, one of my prime candidates, your precious sister no less, has escaped. Ugh! Bruh. I don't like this. But who should she go crawling to but that swine Gaius? After everything I've done for her, this is how she repays me. I mean, you beat her. As her older brother, it's your responsibility to instill some discipline in her, and you failed miserably. I can't wait to kill this guy. Can we please kill this guy? Please. Well, don't just stand there, boy. Please don't hurt the kid. Oh, of course, it's your first time, isn't it? Come along, there's no need to be shy. Okay, we finally see his face. Why does he look familiar? Or is that just because he has a similar design? Please don't hit the kid. Please don't... You see, something wicked has taken hold of this young man, and it's our job to cleanse his troubled spirit. It may look painful, but it's the only way, I assure you. He'll be ever so grateful, and you want him to get better, don't you? I don't like this guy. Kill! I say kill Valens. There's a good boy. Now let's try again, shall we? Burn out the bad, burn out the bad. 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 This is so... Burn out the bad, burn out the bad. This is... Burn out... This is so twisted. Dude. The sound effect for the clap killed me! Well done, you've made Father proud, very proud indeed. As for you, I thought you were a cut above the rest of the savages, but it appears I was mistaken. And since you allowed that wretched sister of yours to escape, it falls to you to act as her replacement. I choose you as the next pilot, and your mission is simple. Kill Gaius von Balsar, whatever it takes. And if you so much as entertain the idea of betraying me again, I'll exterminate every last one of your kind. Like the vermin they are! I frickin' hate this guy so much. Having said that, we will be forcibly initiating Oversoul using Xenos' combat data, so whatever schemes you may be hatching will never come to pass. All you need to do is sit back and let the synthetic RSite system do the work, with you as its conduit. So it's gonna start with Oversoul. Well, F this game. You should thank me for allowing you to become part of my masterpiece. Your worthless existence will finally have some semblance of meaning. This old man. Lord Valens, preparations for the Oversoul trial are complete. We await your orders. Splendid. There's never a dull moment around here. Now then, boy, who'd like to see something special? Come along, everyone. Father has secrets to share with you. What is he gonna do to the children? Can we at least save one of the orphans, please? Can I? This is my chance. It's all thanks to the sacrifices made by my dear siblings. Finally, the weapon will be mine to command. Once it has reached perfection, I will be unstoppable. First Valens, then the Empire itself will fall, and we will be free at last. Father, keep Ali safe. Melissandia Recon Rex. I'll see this through to the end, I promise. Why is this so freaking sad? Until then, watch over me. So, is it ready or not? Trial sequence has been primed, sir. Then get on with it. Initiating synthetic RSite system. Downloading diamond weapon simulation. Of course it's diamond weapon. Oh, this poor guy. What's going on? Oh, is this the husband of the wife and the daughter that are in the background? You're helping us with a little research is all. Whatever your name is. The time has come for you to contribute to the glory of Garlemald. This isn't what we agreed. You said that if I took part in the experiment, you'd let my family go. You have Xenos' data loaded, yes? Activate Oversoul and be quick about it. Understood, Lord Valens. Galvus combat sample ready. Initiating organic core override. Damn. This poor guy. Ah! My mind is... No! If this is what it takes to protect both of you. You both... I love you. I'm sorry. So sorry. What the hell? What the hell? Resident Evil much? Where is my prey? Organic core override complete. Xenos Ye Galvus data loaded. Xenos? Holy, I just realized. Oh my gosh. The subject is instinctively bound to seek out prey right from the outset, regardless of the combat prowess it may boast. I need an obedient servant, not a ravenous beast. Enough. Shut it down. Deactivating synthetic RSite system. Why are you letting them see this? How revolting. And what a mess it makes of the cockpit. Adjust the settings and prepare for another run. Fortunately, we have the next test subject ready and waiting. But sir, you agreed to release his family in exchange for his cooperation. This guy is unhinged. My, I never knew you had such a wonderful sense of humor. The great Valens van Varl bargaining with savages. Ha! More fool him for trusting me in the first place. Geez, even the scientists are just like, what the hell am I playing right now?